Hey, everybody. Welcome to day 4. We're going to be talking a lot about the most important aspects. We're almost climaxing today. I've got so much to share. So if you're here, let us know you're here. I'm waiting for the sound check thumbs up that you guys can hear me. And I can't wait to share all the information that I've got for you today. And I've got all the things. Hi. Please let me know you're here. Let me know that where you're attending from so I know who's here. I haven't gotten thumbs up from Leslie yet. Leslie, give me a thumbs up on the sound check. If you guys are kind of trickling in, letting me know, saying hello. I got the thumbs up from Leslie. So all is good. So, what are you guys thinking about the whole experience this week, right? We are moving, we are eating, and we are thinking new thoughts. I hope you guys are following through with all the meditation guides that I have planned for the 7 days, as well as the detox posture yoga that I carefully curated and prepared for you, as well as the specific dietary plan that we put together. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of me thinking through exactly what you might need to really prime you for success. Hey, everybody, please say hello and let us know where you're joining in from. It's day 4. The topic of today's talk is all about purging your ants, automatic negative thoughts, because they are habitual. Hi, everybody. They're all trickling in, letting me know that they're here. I really want you to uncover all the things that you have. I'm getting reports that you guys are all enjoying. I've got 2 screens here. That's why you see me kind of lean over to make sure that I don't lose my place. And I don't see everybody's names because I'm using a different platform. All doesn't matter, but I know you guys are here. I know you guys are enjoying this. You guys are giving me a lot of encouraging feedback that this is truly helping you in your life right now, because I wanted it to be super applicable so that you learn how to live the solution. That's the whole goal, right? We talked a lot about the diet the first day, of all the toxins in the diet and how you can pay attention to that. But more importantly, the underlying theme this week, it has all been being healthy means different from doing healthy. So while I'm giving you all the things and spoon feeding you the dietary guidelines, I'm hoping that you guys are seeing that you have to change your mindset and your identity about autoimmunity and shift it. And it takes conscious effort, because automatically we have our brain kind of sabotaging us all the time. And we want to be ahead of the game to make sure that we're able to hack it, to do the things that we need to do to kind of bypass the craziness of our brains, because we're so indoctrinated and conditioned to think a certain way. That's why I asked you at the first day, I asked you to begin with the beginner's mind, because 20 years, 2 decades of treating patients, I know that a lot of you come with so much knowledge and so much, opinions and judgments of all the things that you've tried. And there's a lot of cynicisms. I don't know about you, but I've been living with immunity for 2 decades and tried everything under the sun. And so whenever a new expert comes to me and letting me know that they're going to help me, I'm always approaching it with a little bit of weariness. I guarantee you, we are different, or our program is different. Don't buy into any of the dogmas, nor do I want you to buy into anybody's dogma. We are in this together. And I know it's a multifaceted approach utilizing multi-sensory systems that you and I both possess. And we don't want a holistic practitioner who's going to tear us apart and giving us their expertise only from the level of understanding that they have in theory, science, or even textbook. because we're not textbook. I know that when I'm living my life, I'm navigating my life with my feelings and my own thoughts, my demonic thoughts or habituated conditioning thoughts. That's going to revert back. And my habits are so strong that sometimes it's blinding to me. And that's why I've always needed the coach and extra support. But also, support to me is not about woe is me and really perpetuating the victimhood. I want us to elevate our thinking, to be empowered to know that healing is an inside job, that it's our responsibility, and truly, truly live to embody health and wellness in everything that we do. And it's an identity shift that is really, really crucial. So, healing really is an inside job. And I want to know, how is the diet going? How is the movement going? Because if you're not used to moving in this way, it might seem counterintuitive to move that way, but I've carefully curated it as a physical therapist to make sure that it's things that you can do. And the more you can have musculoskeletal connections, that's still your central nervous system speaking to your muscles, it's going to help you to detoxify. Remember, this whole week is all about detox. Anything and everything to help you to detoxify. Because I believe three essential functions of the body that we must support is metabolism, detoxification, and elimination. And it's not just in the foods that we eat. We uncovered a lot in foods, yes. But we also uncovered things in lifestyle, right? Some of the things that we do, like in toxic relationships, the underlying underpinnings of stressors that exist in our lives, and that habituated. It's all the relationships, lack of boundaries, expectations, really understanding our role in all this. Really, my job is to understand the power is an inside job. I want you guys to really be aware of your habituated thinking, to really unveil what's available to you for change and transformation, understanding that this brain of ours, super hard to change. And it wasn't until maybe 5 years ago that I was able to, sound is going in and out slightly. Receiver is in front of me. Sorry about that. We always have issues technically. Just keep letting me know. Leslie will ping me and ding me to make sure. Can you give me thumbs up, Leslie, and let me know things are good? I want to know sort of the biochemical changes that you're feeling. But you can try and do all the things, the tactics that we give you, because there's so much available on the internet, right? But until we shift our mindset and truly believe that it's going to change, and you truly trust your body into believing that it is going to heal, it really doesn't matter what you do. Leslie, will you give me a thumbs up? Yes, she gave me the thumbs up. She'll let me know when things go out. The amplifier, the receiver's in front of me, so hopefully I don't knock it over. Okay, so where was I? I want you guys to know it's a possibility for you to change your mind, right? That's what we're all about, because we talked about the 3 levels of our brain, right? The way we think. It's the limbic system, reptilian brain. That's the habitual system, where we are conditioned to automatically do things without thinking, right? Higher level thinking, mammalian brain, is all about feeling our feelings. And then the highest level of thinking or brain is prefrontal cortex, where we're able to analyze and really intelligently decide for us and pre-plan what we're going to do and why we're going to do it. That's a higher level thinking. But with autoimmunity, with any sickness, you know what we do? We revert back to the reptilian brain. We're in this state of fight or flight. We make decisions, irrational decisions, based on whatever is going on. We're constantly looking to external world. And remember, this whole week is all about giving the power back to you to really utilize the prefrontal cortex to make sure you realize what's happening, to change the way you think. And it's hard work, but it's so worth doing, because all it takes is consistency. Because remember, repetition is mother of all learning. And so when I asked you to come with an open mind, the beginner's mind, pretend like you know nothing, because really, knowledge doesn't change behavior. Really, it doesn't. It's applied knowledge, and then it's truly embodiment, and shifting your identity is going to really holistically change you from inside out, so you become the director of your healthcare, is what I want for you. Okay, we need consistency, we need repetitious emotional imagery, so I want you to feel as though you're healthy right now, and that's what we want you to do. We want you to be, not get busy doing all the things and implementing this diet or that supplement and then telling yourself that didn't work. Well, if your thoughts and body mind is not congruent and there's incongruency, it's working against each other. And always know holistic interventions take a little bit longer. But I had a consult this week with one of our transformation program, one of the members there, and we were talking about how holistic things, one day you wake up and you realize, oh my gosh, all the things, all of a sudden, I feel so good that I'm able to do things and I didn't even realize it. As opposed to medicinal effect where the pain might subside for a couple of hours only to return because we're doing a band-aid approach, right? So I just want you guys to think about this in a holistic way. Autoimmunity gives us a fork in the road. We have a path that we can choose, okay? Conventional route, thinking that it's incurable, or you're going to go the route with me, right? It's a choice that we have. We don't know where we will end up either way with autoimmunity. You and I both know there's a lot that we don't know. But either way, not taking the action by default is going to take us down the conventional route. Either way, though, the uncertainty keeps us not doing anything. We don't take action, right? Even in the conventional medicine, it's so much easier to take the medications, get confused. And then I've had to be on that path at least for 5 years to realize, oh my gosh, they don't know. They have nothing else to offer. And these medications are going to kill me before the autoimmunity does. And that's when I started to do a lot of deep dive into the holistic treatments. And I realized holistic interventions are not too different because it's very dogmatic. It's very linear approach. So, acupuncturists have their mindset on something, and then integrative medicine doctors have their mindset on something. Traditional Chinese medicine, they have their mindset set on something, or energy medical doctors or chiropractors, whatever it may be. We need to really explode and let everything be interconnected, because at the end of the day, what did I talk about? We are lifestyle, right? We're the result of what we do and think every single day. And so I asked you to look in the mirror and think about, what have I done to contribute to getting this autoimmunity? What do I have to change? Right? Because we're walking alongside conventional medical doctors, and there is a time and the place for conventional medicine. I get it. It's sick care medicine, though. I don't want that long term. So when we're going on this path, I know that health is my responsibility. But if I'm coming from a sick place and sick mindset, thinking I want to do better, and so in my sickness, I want to do these things to get healthy again, my goal is point B. From this place of sickness, I can't get there. And that's why I'm challenging you to think better thoughts, elevate your thinking to be healthy right now. Really embody that through consistent emotional imagery, training your brain. And that takes work. And it's not an overnight thing, because we all have blind sides, right? And that's what I'm trying to unravel or peel the onion so you can see and reveal that to you. And I hope that some things are sort of kind of setting in. It's a meta concept, you guys. So it's not something that you're going to completely adhere to. And there's no practitioner out there, holistic, conventional, or otherwise, that's going to speak from a standpoint of putting all the nutritional sciences, psychological, behavioral, functional, movement wise, all the things together under one umbrella, take a bigger look at everything with autoimmunity, and then also have the ability to go deep and look at the yin to the yang, looking at the details of the lab reports and looking at the science-based things. And I get that there is a place for that. But today I want you to know that we're working on you. You're the healer. You have to first trust your body to heal. And that's the premise by which you need to be convinced for all else to fall into place. Power is within you guys, not with me. I'm not fixing you. That's your work. We're in this together as fellow autoimmune patients. I don't even call myself patients. I'm a client, right? I'm a practitioner. I am everything else, right? This is something that identity shift is something that I have to constantly work on, right? We talked about the brains and we talked about the prefrontal cortex and what it's listening right now. It may be thinking some things, but that unless you take action, you don't take or you don't make changes, and you want to make sure that you're always thinking higher level to the person that you need to be and act from that place. And it's almost behavioral and psychological and emotional shift that you have to make, and constant reminder that you need to make that shift. And that's the coaching and the support and the accountability that I want to provide for you, right? So research, right? Many research have proved that our base, our reptilian brain, the limbic system, really likes predictability. Even if it's not the best place to be, it'll want to shrink back to the familiarity of feeling bad or adopting this autoimmune patient identity. Or, we hear this a lot, like rebels or lupus warriors or autoimmune warriors or cancer survivor, right? That still has some subconscious identity associated with it, to say you're still a patient. And that's something you have to overcome, because you're a patient right now. Unless you do these things, you'll never get healthy. So again, from that place, you're never going to produce the effect that you want. This is the meta psychological intervention. It's the mind work that you must do to clearly understand. And that's the only way you can get healthy. Okay? By being healthy is the only way that you can get healthy. Doing nothing rewards our brain from the anxiety of making a choice, even if it's not producing favorable results right now where you are, because it provides you with a short-term relief, right? Short-term gain from the anxiety right now. And it's such a conundrum for me. And I thought like I was crazy for a long time, because certain things I couldn't change my behavior. I might do it for a while, but I couldn't understand why I'm not doing this thing when I know I should. And then I'll go in this cycle of self-sabotage, self-loathing, and talking down to myself about how I'm failing myself, all the shame and the guilt that I have towards something that I'm not doing, when all it takes is for me to do that thing. And so I've learned to kind of look at myself and say, oh my gosh, it's as simple as just doing the thing and adopting that, right? And that's the strategy that I want to share with you through this week to make sure you make that shift, because it's so easy, you guys, to be healthy and think healthy. It's just a choice that we make, and it's that easy. But you need to be coached and convinced in that way. That's why I needed you to follow through the diet, do the meditations, and move with me to start to change your biochemistry within, so that we can have a conversation in a healthier state. I hope every one of you guys are feeling the difference. Please say thumbs up if you are, and if you are following through the diet and the movements and then the meditations, and let me know in the comments and let me know how it's helping you. That means a lot to me, just this interface, because I want to keep showing up to give you the things that you really need. I don't want the hype. I don't want to educate you, because there's a plenty of other people that are doing that. But I want to give you the real life things that's worked for me. And so it would help me to know how effective that's been to really get you to follow through with the diet, and what are the struggles you've been having, but more importantly, how well you're feeling. Okay. Even though our place is really uncomfortable, because I know there's many of you that are really super duper sick, sometimes we'd rather stay in our comfort zone. And comfort zone, many people, for many autoimmune patients, is a place of being sick all the time, going to the doctor's routine visits and getting a checkup and doing that over and over again. And that cycle feels a lot more comfortable than going with somebody like me who's radically shifting the way they're thinking. And it's almost like I hit you in the back of your head. You're like, what? And then see what comes up, because sometimes I might be triggering some things in you, anxiety, fear, and then it might make you angry that, oh my gosh, because I get this a lot too. Patients tell me all the time, like, who are you to say, it's my fault that I'm sick? Well, really listen to that. Who are you to say that it's my fault that I'm sick? If you don't take responsibility, remember the fork in the road? Well, you can be dependent, and again, that's your choice. And I'm not judging that if that's your choice, but I also know without a shadow of a doubt, you guys, if you choose this other path, your life will look very different. You will get healthy. Trust your body to heal. You will heal. But contrary to that, these experts who understand, not know the disease, but they understand in theory, will tell you it's incurable. And I just think that that is not the most favorable thing for me to believe or buy into. And that's the dogma, right? I am here in the arena with you, living the solution every single day. And I won't stop until the day I die. But I can tell you too, I'm enjoying the best health of my life more so than all the other practitioners that I've seen in the past, right? So I want you to know that that anxiety comes from the reptilian brain. It's keeping you in prison, right? Prison of habituation, right? Habituation, like being sick is also a habit too. And that's what I want to uncover. And I want you to be open to that idea. That's a different way to think about it. Because remember, I said Albert Einstein said it best, right? We can't solve problems at the same state that we created the problem. And so, unless we elevate and think differently, and I'm trying to come at you from different angles, right? I'm giving you all the tactics, giving you the diet, and then the movement, the meditation. But underlying that, I want you to really think about reclaiming your body, mind body mastery. That's where the sweet spot is. Only then can you like drastically feel like you can move the mountain. And here's the thing, it's super easy. It's just breaking a habit is super duper hard. And that's why I'm going at it and I'm speaking this language, because language of the reptilian brain is like really emotions. Like you're going to end up defending against what I'm saying if you're listening to your reptilian brain. But there's going to be parts and pieces where it's going to get up to your prefrontal cortex and you're like, she makes sense. But then the moment you move away from me, you're going to revert back to your reptilian brain because that's the comfort. And you're going to convince yourself of that to listen and do the habitual thing. And then by next year, this time, nothing would have changed except that you've added an arsenal of more meds to your regimen with no improvement in your health. So that's the fate of our condition, is what I want you to realize. Okay. So I want you guys to know, coming and choosing this path, you guys probably kind of have a lot of anxiety over that, because what will it look like? What does that mean? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's got a lot of ups and downs, but you're going to be in full control and you're going to have the time of your life learning about your body and feeling better and elevated. You're going to feel elevated and empowered. And then you're going to be the exact embodiment of health in everything that you do, no matter what the evidence is to the contrary. In so doing, you're going to shift your physiology in that way, in that direction, because wherever your energy goes, your attention goes, and your attention is going to be consumed by healing, not worrying and being anxious and taking this medicine and researching online about all the symptoms. You're going to be busy healing. And that's what I want you to shift into. And when you do that, oh my gosh, miracles will happen. I promise you, without a shadow of a doubt. This is not woo-woo science. You guys know the level of education that I have. I've got so much education and I don't stop there, and it's important to me, but I'm saying you're the driver of your health. Okay. So, what's actually at stake? You'll never leave your comfort zone until you leave your comfort zone. That's as easy as it is, right? Once you leave the comfort zone, I want to be there to coach you through the process. And I want to provide you with all the things because your reptilian brain and mammalian brain will try to convince you otherwise. You need guidance to kind of push through the hard parts to get over to the other side so that you can enjoy peace and joy and happiness and all the health that you want, whatever it is you want, right? You get stuck in life because you get trapped in your comfort zone. Take a step forward and do it because to be living with autoimmunity is uncomfortable anyway, right? It's a constant up leveling, elevating, empowered actions, and the very embodiment. It's the path to transformation. Dare to do the thing, hold my hand through it, come with me. And that's what the invitation is going to be all about today. At some point, you and I will leave the planet one day. This short life of ours, it's numbered. Everybody's going to leave. Tomorrow is promised to no one. Past already happened. We only have this time together. So really connect with me. I really want to be here for you, and I am fully here for you. And I know that there is a way. And I don't know what I'm going to do whatever it takes to convince you of that, right? So I want you to be willing to feel the feelings, the negative feelings. That's the worst thing that can happen. At some point, you and I, like I said, will leave the planet one day. How do you want to live your life right now as a victim autoimmune patient, or transcend your thoughts and be willing to be discomfort or uncomfortable so that you achieve health and you be healthy right now? Right now. We are uncomfortable right now, but we would rather be at the mercy of the doctors. Is that what you want? I don't think so. I really don't think. If you're watching me right now, that's not where you want because you know that that's the end of the ropes for you. So this week, we've uncovered a lot, right? We uncovered the toxins in food, provided you with a detox diet to follow for the week, and then the toxic effects of lifestyle stressors, which involve relationships, jobs, etc. But we also learned how stress is affected by our thoughts. We learned how to reclaim our power by managing our minds, intentionally creating the feelings that will have us taking actions that help us to create the ultimate result that we all want. Then we discussed the chemicals in the kitchen, cleaning supplies, skincare, hygiene products like deodorants that are lurking everywhere. We learn to become aware of such toxins, slowly transition into a more natural lifestyle free of toxins, knowing that one day we can take the dose of toxins. We're trying to heal from inside out so we're well protected. And I talked about how we're compromised, right? We have a less tolerance for these things, but I want to build resiliency. And I talked about no matter how restrictive the diets feel, I have certain people that's going through the transformation program with me, and the diet thing is hard. And let me tell you, when I call myself the rebel, I mean it, because if you tell me and give me a diet, I can't do it for a long term. I want to eat what I want to eat. Nobody tell me what to eat. To me, those are things, the freedom that I have is healthy. Being healthy means I make the choices. I'm going to choose to eat the cake, but I'm going to do all these other things to really subjugate and modulate the effect of that, right? So I talked to you guys about the power that we have. And so for right now, though, for the 7 days, I want you to be regimented. It's a short term so that you can be eating and really exploring all these other foods because, gosh, food is good stuff, right? And I want to be able to handle kimchi again. All my comfort food that I grew up with, now functional medical doctors are telling me it's all bad. And it's what I tell my patients. But I tell you, nothing is bad or good. I just want you to get it from the inside out to know and listen to your body, and you decide what's good or bad. Don't buy into anybody else's dogma. Forget all the diets and FODMAP diets and, histamine diets and all that. Forget all the external things. I want you to know, okay, in order for me to really get away from eating histamine-free fruits for the rest of my life, I want to eat all the things, but I want to fix me so that I can, is the attitude, and the shift is what I'm talking about. Be healthy so that you can all the things without any restrictions. It's truly liberating. It's a simple mindset shift, okay? So today is my most favorite topic. So I read a lot, as you can see. Dr. Amen is a psychiatrist. Define the acronym. It's called ANTS. It's automatic negative thoughts. They are defined as cynical, gloomy, and complaining thoughts that just seem to keep looping in our brains. And that's what keeps us stuck all the time, right? Examples of such ants are I'll never feel better. I'll never be able to heal from an autoimmunity. I'm not going to get over this. I can't get pregnant. I can't meet somebody. I'm broken. This isn't going to work. It never does, right? These are automatic negative thoughts. It's important to point out that the thoughts themselves are not the problem. Okay. It's that such negative thoughts become self fulfilling prophecies. That's what we reflect. And that's what I was talking about. Sorry. I knew I was going to do that. Give me a thumbs up, Leslie, and let me know I didn't do anything. Okay. So I want you guys to know that it's not the thoughts that you have. It's your life right now. If you look at what you're creating in your life, it's because of what you're thinking on the inside. It's not because of somebody. It's not because of your mom. It's not because of your husband. Like we like to blame other people, but that makes us in a state of very powerlessness. And so I want you to entertain the idea you have now autoimmunity that gives you a reset point where there's a fork in the road. Are you going to choose a path that's laid out by default, where it's dependent on the conventional medical system, the medications, and living your life just as is by default, letting life happen to you? Or are you going to wake up and say, this is a fork in the road. This is how I've been living. And now I'm awoken to all the possibilities. And I'm going to choose myself and go get healed and believe my body and trust in my body to heal itself. And I'm going to change. So when you set on your path with me on this side, that's where we can change. We can challenge all the thoughts that you have, right? When you're feeling defeat, your actions will reinforce defeat. Okay. You are creating your life just as is. This is your movie. And that's why I asked you in the first day, look in the mirror, see what you're creating in your life. Look all around you. That's all what you created. You don't know that you're the creator. And if you really believe that, because that's simply a fact, then you can change everything. And I just want that to just seep in. You're the creator of your life. So I just want you to recognize the fork in the road. You met me. This is not by chance. You chose to be here. You're amazing. This is an opportunity. What things are coming up for you? What triggers? Is it anger? Is it fear? What things, what feeling? I want to know. Right? And just sit with that and understand a year from now, 3 years from now, you might choose this path. But where will you be? Versus choosing this path, what have you got to lose? You're only going to be healthier. And it's so easy. And I'm telling you this without a shadow of a doubt that if you choose yourself, you will change your life. You will transform, transcend your thoughts, elevate, and be empowered. And you're going to truly embody health and wellness. That's a choice that you have, no matter whether you like it or not. It's what you're going to choose to believe into. Go back to your habitual thinking and going into the ant pattern and letting that loop, or recognize that and say, oh my gosh, I've got to change. I want to do something about it. And I want my life to be better. This is where I want you to check your thoughts. Okay. Many times, such negative thoughts are so subtle and under the radar that if you don't pay close attention, it can get away from you and you start getting stuck. And you're prisoned by your reptilian brain, just doing the same thing over and over because that's what it prefers. You've been jarred. We've all been jarred in our lives with autoimmunity, whatever you're dealing with. It's forcing you to think, it's forcing you to change. So that's why I wanted you to leave every belief that you had, all the knowledge you think you know, all the things that you think about your diet. Because a lot of patients come to me, I'm doing all the healthy things, but I still got it autoimmune. I have nothing wrong with me. I'm as healthy and I do all the right things, but I'm still sick. So that's where I really want to go deeper, right? Because there's things that you can do. Because if you say you're at a loss, and you're going to do what? And go down the path of dependency, letting everybody else figure it out. We have no choice, you guys. It's a binary decision right now, right? In order for us to get to the root of our issues, we must first level up and understand that ants can have a physiological effect in ways you can never imagine. Remember the mindset model from day 2? I talked to you guys about Brooke Castillo, about the mindset shifts. I taught you that your thoughts trigger your feelings. It's in your notes, day 2, in your workbook. So refer to your workbooks, you guys. Thoughts trigger feelings. Feelings drive actions, and actions create the results in your life. And results, remember I talked to you a moment ago about self-fulfilling prophecy? Results are always a direct reflection of your thoughts. So take a look around you. Sound is going in and out. Okay. Receiver in front of me. I hope I don't knock it over. Sorry. So there we go. Okay. So take a look around your health, your relationships, or your career. It's everything you've created. If you think you couldn't, or you can't, or you shouldn't, all the things are your thoughts. You can choose to do otherwise, but you get stuck in thinking and be a prison because you think you can't. And then, I have a lot of patients that, but I really can't. Okay. It's whatever you believe is what you're going to play out, right? There's many times where I was told I couldn't. And that's when it stirred something in me to say, hell no, I'm not going to listen to you. You don't know me, what I'm capable of. I'll prove you wrong. And that's the rebellion in me that I hope you can get in you to really understand that's a choice we all have, right? If you like the results in your life right now, you're golden. But most of us struggle with not liking our lives. The results that we seem to create aren't what we want, yet we don't get busy doing the things to create better results because we think we're stuck. This is our life. We're at the default mode, right? We're at the mercy of the life happening to us. We're not aware of this relationship and the power that we have, or we don't want to recognize it because to recognize it means we got to work. And a lot of us are lazy. Our reptilian brain likes to keep us because it's hard work. We think it's super hard. You think this is hard now? Going down the path, taking multiple medications. Oh my gosh, I've seen hard. But I've also seen people who prefer that because that means their identity is sick. They get tailored to, right? And then they eventually become in a wheelchair, a walker, all those things. Somebody needs to feed them, change the diaper. I don't know what the life looks like. That scares me. So I don't want that. So I want to figure it out. Even if I were to go down, like I want it on my terms, my life on my terms. Okay. So let me see here. Leslie is asking me to address a comment. Hold on. Um, tells Marie, she says, I don't mean to be negative. Yesterday, I commented that I've been following a very good diet for 6 to 7 months. My neurologist came to see me. I've been in the hospital now for about 6 days. I have 20 lesions now. I'm very sad, and I thought I was doing everything the right way. I have been trying, but now they are going to put me on stronger meds. I not know there's no more turning back from those meds. I didn't take meds since 2016. And now because I went from one lesion for all those years to 29 plus in 1 year. Okay. And she has multiple sclerosis, right? So can I just tell you guys, I've been, before I worked on this mindset, I've had 4 severe flares, and I had the worst one yet last year. About May, I was in the hospital probably for what was it, 19 days. I was sick as I know what you're talking about, Tells. And I've been subject to so many medications. I actually came out of the hospital with a antibiotic port. A lot of it was driven, though. I was able to really look, and that was really the fork in the road for me. Even though I've been on this path for a long time, it's almost like I always considered myself healthy. I'm doing all the things and I've been practicing yoga for over a decade. All the things that I tell you, right? And that's why my message changed drastically this year with COVID and all. It was another wake up call for me to really get down deep. And because a lot of the times I was that person. I eat all the healthy things. I do all the right things and I'm in the hospital. But listen, Tels, it's momentary. I don't want you at the lowest points of your life. Don't give in to the reality of what's there, right? We always have the choice to elevate. You should have seen me a year ago. They said I was going to die. I had zero neutrophils, zero white blood cells to protect me. I was in the oncology unit. They thought I had leukemia, right? All because of a very mysterious thing, none of which was explained by any of the doctors that I was being seen with. So I look at me right now. I have no medications. I was overcome with everything. I could have said no, and in fact, I was so tired, you guys. I just wanted to keep sleeping. I mean, really hear me. I just was so tired of all the things that happened emotionally, physically, and I won't get into the details of that, but I was so physically tired. I was ready. Like, just give me something so I can keep sleeping. So I totally get it. But those are the moments where you have a choice. We have no other choice because the other choice is we're going to give up and give into all these lesions, or are we going to keep chugging forward? That's when we're tested, you guys. That's really the test here. And I think I can speak this way because I've been there, right? Like death right in front of me or debilitation right in front of me, right? I was subject to none of that. And I really truly believe, because I choose to believe, that my body was able to heal because I said no to all those things. And I realized all these doctors didn't really know. They didn't really know why things happened. Many of you will attest to the fact that a lot of the things that you're in and out of the hospital with, they really don't know. And you guys seek me out, and I have a lot of patients that are coming to me because they don't know. And they realize I know what it's like, first and foremost. And I will get to the bottom of it. I will never let you give up because it's not your place to give up. There is hope, you guys. And again, because I've been there, right? And so knowing that you're in the hospital, knowing all those things, knowing the frustrations, I can tell you, you still have a choice, right? And we still have, because we have no choice other than to what? Give in to that. Your neurologist who's going to put you on these medications, and Debbie Downer that tells you, oh my gosh, autoimmunity is incurable, ma'am. Take these medications or else, or are you going to do your thing? This is what's available to you. I'm going to keep going because you really need to hear this despite. So I really want you to be there because I had to be sick and I had to be in the suck to realize I don't want to be in it anymore. That's when you get just a little bit more courage and be fearlessly courageous, fearlessly brave to kind of show up as the best self so that you become healthy. Be healthy anyway is my advice to you today. So, this kind of thinking determines your prognoses, and not only with autoimmunity, but in all things in life. It limits your ability to enjoy your life and really hope anyway, right? How you think, feel, and act are intimately connected, but it's super important for us because it allows us to reclaim our power in creating the future that we want. And tells you don't, it's not done for you. I'm not done with you. I want you to keep looking up and I want you to keep elevating your thinking. Be connected to this group. I want to support you through this process. And I want to tell you, don't give up. I didn't give up. And look where I am. And literally, you guys, I'm on no meds. Like I just want you guys to know that. And I was able to defy all the things. And the power that I gained from that, like, oh my gosh, it's humbling how easy that was. And I don't want to give that up. And I just want you guys to know that's available to you as well. Okay. When we think positive thoughts and trigger positive feelings of joy, gratitude, and empowerment, from that place, our actions are significantly altered. But here's the thing, it doesn't work for me to tell you in the hospital bed when you're being poked and prodded to say positive affirmations, think positive thoughts, when all the evidence is to the contrary, right? So I'm going to go over what you need to do. We must be, and being is really choosing to be consistent with imagery and being and drumming up the feelings of feeling courageous, right? Feeling brave and confident. That can be drummed up. Close your eyes. Think of whatever you need to do, because you know what? We can bypass our reptilian brain in that way and switch the thoughts. It's not the positive affirmations, right? I'm healed. I'm healed. That doesn't work. But I'm talking to you about like realistic things, scientific things that we can do to bypass and hack our brains is really what this is all about, right? Let's talk about 9 most common ants that Dr. Amen talks about, because I really do want to finish with this message. Number 1 is always, never, no one, everyone, every time, everything. Using such words are dangerous. For example, I'll never get better. Everyone hates me. I always feel sick, right? These are very subconscious language that really drums up feelings for our reptilian brain. It's not prefrontal cortex, right? We're always going to lose to our base brain, the limbic system. That's what I want really you guys to understand, no matter how smart you think you are, right? Because I'm pretty smart, but I gave into my reptilian brain for years, not recognizing it. It's powerful stuff. Number 2 is focus on the negative of every situation. Glass is always half empty versus half full, right? And then fortune telling by predicting the worst possible outcome. Okay. And then number 4 is mind reading. You assume you know what the other person is thinking without evidence. Like, for example, you might think and hate my guts for telling you these things, not knowing my true intent, or you might like hate your husband the moment he walks in because he didn't do the dishes. You think he was trying to sabotage you when you're sick in bed, like something like that. You project that kind of negativity, right? And then letting your feelings, number 5 is letting your feelings dictate your thoughts. This is when you believe negative thoughts without questioning them. And that's what I want you guys to really understand. Number 6 is guilt. You become plagued by should, must, ought, or have to. And you get prisoned by that or imprisoned by that. Number 7 is labeling or judging. You judge or label yourself or somebody else. No upside to that, you guys. Number 8 is ego focus. You take things very personally, right? We're all humans. We're all having a human experience together. I'm no better than you. You're no better than me. We're all in this together, right? There's no ego separating me. I'm not better than you, but you're not better than me. That hierarchy needs to go, right? Number 9 is blame. This is the worst and the most harmful ant. And it's when you blame somebody else or your autoimmunity for your problems. There is absolutely no upside because you're giving your power away to that thing, right? Because without knowing, I realized for 15 years, I gave my power away to my autoimmunity. And in some way, subconsciously, it was a very it was an identity. It's like, doesn't she know or doesn't my husband know I have autoimmune condition, that it's hard for me? How can she say that when I'm struggling over here? Like that kind of a thing. I didn't know it was so subconsciously there for me. So I want you guys to really bring that to the surface, right? So how do you stop the cycle of ants? Your life will be so much more productive. You'll have complete control and power to create what you want in your life. You'll gain self-confidence, focus, and determination to go after exactly what you want. So here are the 3 ways you can squash your ants. Number 1, you become aware of them. The brain dumps, right? I want you to do a brain dump every morning, and I want you to plug each thought that you have with a question into that mindset model. It's in your workbook from day 2, okay? And then figure out the root cause of your results, starting with any of the components of the mindset model. Like, remember I told you the circumstances, thoughts, feelings, actions, and results. These are the 5 fundamentals that exist in our lives. And I want you to sit with your ants and recognize what thought, feelings you are creating, because you're creating that. It's not the world happening to you. You're creating it. Okay. Number 2 is to challenge it. Because of our can't talk. Because of how our brains work, changing the thoughts to a better thought isn't as easy. You've got to sit with what is and then question what your current ant is. Then, starting from your thoughts or feelings, try on new thoughts or feelings like you're putting on clothes, trying different outfits, and practice them until you believe them. And if you don't remember, repetition, right, is mother of all learning. And I want you to keep doing that. If you don't do this part, you'll suffer with cognitive dissonance because you're not in full alignment. And that's why many of you try different functional, medical, holistic, different, even Dr. Goldman's like protocols, right? Or even the protocols. You take action from that place because you're relying on the external thing, but it's really not in congruence with your thoughts and feelings because you believe you're stuck thinking that you're sick, but you're taking action expecting your thoughts to change to create different results. But remember what I told you, results are always a reflection of your thoughts. Doesn't matter what you do unless it's congruent and aligned with your thoughts and your feelings, your actions. That's why it has to be a self-driven result that you create. Everything needs to be congruent. Number 3 is to change it. Change the ant with a positive thought. Switch it up. Try out earlier negative thoughts to more positive, affirming thought. I'll never get better becomes I'll get better soon. Okay, I'm going to address this. I'll get better soon. I always feel sick becomes healing is a process and natural remedies take longer, right? Believe that instead of believing the other thing. I truly believe healing is a journey, you guys. It really is. We need conventional medicine, yes, to treat disease, and there's a place for it. But health is really your responsibility. Identity as an autoimmune patient needs to be looked at and it needs to be changed. Okay. You need to be healthy, not an autoimmune patient, but you need to be a healthy, whatever your name is, right? We can heal. It's a choice to trust in our bodies to heal. The stories of indoctrination of what this means, the incurability of something, all the evidence pointing to all the symptoms, that creates a lot of fear. If we buy into that, that's where we're going to go, right? It's not your fault. It's the hardest thing ever, you guys. And I told you I've been there. Choose not to be in fear anymore and choose to trust your body instead. Choose the meditation, try the meditation on, and really go to that place where you can imagine yourself as healthy as possible and be healthy right now. Because at the end of the day, you guys, what's the alternative, right? So I want you guys to know that from that place where you're actually being healthy is the secret sauce to all this, not doing healthy because I said I've been healthy and I'm doing all the right things is what I hear a lot. But really being healthy means that you shift your identity from victimhood to really elevated, empowered, and embodiment of health. And it's a significant shift that is absolutely necessary. Okay. And I just want to kind of be there with you guys and make sure, hey, tells Marie, I really want you guys to know that this will pass through. Tana Miller, she says, I hate when other people and doctors say, how is your lupus? I get very angry and I say, I'm doing okay. How do you answer that, right? It seems to make me stronger, but probably not. This is a cycle of ants. I know, right? It's really, so I don't like pity. I remember going to many rheumatology doctors, and it's like they look at lupus and they look at nephrotic syndrome. They look at my CellCept, the medication lists, and my long history in the hospitals, and they look at me with that pittiness in their eyes, knowing that I know that they don't know. It's like almost like I have to play that version of me and get through the visit. And that's when I realized, you know what? That's my mindset, isn't it? Right? They're just there doing their job. And that's why I say, when you have an elevated mindset and you're empowered in your health and the ability to really dictate your healthcare, and you truly embody that in your life now, whenever I get comments from the most well trained Harvard, Columbia, all these professionals coming at me, and I'm able to sit there and just let them be in their ignorance because they don't know, right? And so I want to hear what they have to say, but they quickly reveal how knowledge is shallow, it's up here. But really deep knowing is really knowing. Imagine you walk into the doctor's office and you know without a shadow of a doubt, you have this confidence and you have this fearless bravery that stems up and this confidence, and you are being and dictating your health because this is your body. Nobody else gets to touch it, right? That's the fearless attitude that I want you to have, right? Because at the end of the day, you guys, how you change your mind is really be consistent, because I believe mother of all learning is repetition. And this habituated brain of ours is the hardest thing to change. And I still work on this every day. And it's just a lifelong journey to evolve. And I believe autoimmunity happened for a reason. It was the biggest reason, a wake up call to provide that fork in the road to say, stay the same in my fearless thinking and living life really small, or am I going to step up and create something? And look at me right now. I'm in front of you. I'm encouraging you. Hopefully, I'm inspiring you, and I'm giving you the courage or the permission to dare to hope for a better future, despite the evidence to the contrary, right? Giving you a different by which to look at the world, shift your thinking. And when I shift your thinking, it's going to create different feelings of confidence. And then when you take actions from that place, you're going to almost always create the result, because remember, your thoughts create the results. Whatever is happening right now in your life is a creation of you. Never give that power away, right? So, what's missing in the holistic treatment in autoimmunity is really personalized intervention, meeting you where you are. It's the connection, it's the accountability, support, but not in support in victimhood. Oh, honey, I know you feel bad. No, 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 no. Not letting you, shifting your victim mentality to I can mentality and shining the light so that I can coach you through. That's the true support. It's the tough love. I'm not here to embrace you. I'm not here to say, woe is me. I know the resiliency and I know the toughness that it requires. Autoimmunity calls us to a higher level of awareness. That's the way I look at my autoimmunity. And so I'm going to live the rest of my remaining years that I have on this earth making a difference in the life that matter to me. It's my fellow autoimmune clients that I serve. So right now, I want to open the invitation. I really do want to open it up to you guys. I've been curating this autoimmune health transformation program. It's a 6-month long, truly transformative process where I address all the facets of your life. From all the mental faculties, I bring my psychological information or knowledge base to that, as well as psychological transformation, as well as I'm sorry, I keep getting questions from your group. And because I don't see the comments, it's not really clearly see. So that's what I'm checking. So where was I? I keep getting distracted. So, anyway, I want to make sure that you guys are able to have all the recipes of psychological transformation and then nutrition, as well as movement and mindfulness. But I always think about, and I've been thinking about this a lot when I was curating this program, is what did I need the most? Is hope and somebody telling me, yes, I get it, I know it, but you can do it. Pick yourself up and let's go. And we keep going, because life with autoimmunity is just that. It's a challenge. It sets you, it's like you didn't choose to be on this like Ironman triathlon, but you're forced into that. And we have to get to the finish line, or else there is a tiger running at you trying to eat you alive. It's going to catch up with you, right? Nobody else, like everybody else, is behind the finish line or sidelines behind the fence. They're safe and they're tented and they're not running the show, but they're telling you, oh, come here, you can't do this. And that's what the medical community, you can't cure this. Stay here, get injected, don't go anymore when you've got a full life ahead, right? So I have a lot of patients that are stuck thinking, I can't have babies, I can't meet anybody, I can't do this, I can't. I am so sick and tired of that, because if I was told that, because I was told that 20 years ago, if I listened to anybody tell me that, I wouldn't have my 2 boys up there cyber schooling right now. I wouldn't have this beautiful house. I wouldn't have the business I have. I wouldn't have the degrees. I wouldn't be able to be here. I wouldn't be off all my meds. I would be on dialysis right now, right? But I didn't believe into that. So it's as simple as that. Somebody told me, somebody told me that Shedrika, she says, do you feel like lupus community is hard to encourage? I do, yes and no, but I think this is the subconscious conditioning though. Oops. Be aware of. Can you hear me, Leslie? Give me a thumbs up. This is the subconscious conditioning that is really lacking, because we have blind sides, right? And because they don't know any better, it's perpetuated, because it's hard, you guys. And sometimes you want to be around those, right? But this is where I want to tell you, that's why I created this group, because I have another group called Lupus Rebel. And oh my gosh, we have thousands and thousands of people that are in it. But yeah, it's definitely Shadrika. It's all about woe is me over there. And that's why I created this small group. I called this the Autoimmune Health Tribe of Autoimmune Health Rebels, because I wanted an elevated group. And if you remember, like, I wanted high level thinkers. I wanted people who wanted more out of life. They don't want to subject themselves to what is. I hate mediocrity, right? Why do I want to exist in the herd when it's not working? And this year, more than ever, I see this happening. So my answer to you about lupus community is that that's what I want to change. I want to give them hope. And I think it's because we don't have hope. For over 50 years, they say we didn't have a specific medication. For any autoimmune conditions, we don't have a specific medication for that to cure anything. It's everything is rigged, right? They want us to be sick forever. Pharmaceutical companies lobbying in the political system. So it's like this perpetuation. It's that way for even cancer. So 3 things, you guys: be responsible, committed, and self-integral, which means you keep the promises to yourself. If you say you're going to do something, it's the say do ratio really connects for yourself. You keep promises to other people more so than you do with yourself, and really look at that, right? Be that person, be healthy, right? Responsible, committed, and self-integral, and do the things you need to do from that place. Okay. And then feel accomplished, healthy, and energized. And it's a choice that you have, right? So if you've been frustrated with the progress you're making, you can see how in depth this is, right? We're on day 4, and I have so much more to share with you in psychology, nutrition, functional medicine, using yoga as functional yoga medicine. I have all the different tools coming at you, but it requires me to show you how that's done. You really need support, accountability, and you really need somebody to coach you through the process when you want to give up, to say no, or sit with you for a moment of rest, but instigate this uproot, let's go, cheerlead you through the next level. Otherwise, left to chance, it's the fork in the road. I want to invite you to work with me for 6 months. The program opened cart today, and Leslie's going to put the link below. It's a truly transformative experience, all about helping you to be healthy right now, transitioning your mindset from the inside out, so you truly curate a healthcare system within. Because what's missing in the functional medical, holistic, or any other medical world is we are pulled apart into different systems. And we have to see a immunologist, gastroenterologist, psychologist, psychiatrist, or OB-GYN, endocrinologist. Like we're so separated and fragmented just within the conventional medicine alone. And just in the holistic medicine as well, they understand the disease, but they don't know the disease. They don't know they don't know the individuality of it. They don't understand the psychological transformation that it requires, the mindset shift. They don't understand the levels of the brain, what we have to overcome, because they're not in the trenches with it. They're not climbing Mount Everest, right? Because autoimmunity is that. It's the Iron Man. We have to keep going. Otherwise, we're going to be left to be eaten by autoimmunity. It happens quick, you guys. You're okay one day, you're in the hospital the next day. That's why you really need a different way to think about your disease, transitioning this identity. It's a truly transformative experience. Leslie's going to put the link. Check out what it's all included, because we need accountability, we need coaching, we need human connection, we need whole body healing, we need somebody who's going to show you, not tell you what to do. Somebody who's being the embodiment of that every day to show you that it can be done. Because one of my transformers said to me, Lisa said this to me, she says, "You know what, Dr. Connie, if you can do it, I can do it too." And that's exactly what I want you to hold on to. If I can do it, you can do it. Because I've seen the worst of the health crisis. I've been through the mud and I almost died, right? Not once, not twice, 4 times in 20 years. So I know a lot and I know the emotional turmoil, right? I want you guys to be in this not for the short term, but it's the long term. It's a journey. That's why it's 6 months. It's not just some functional medical doctor. Go for a consult. They give you a bunch of things to do, but you're on your own. I hold you through. Right? So let me tell you what this all includes, right? We have individualized treatment plans. I'm working with my clients. My clients have different goals. Notice I don't call you patients, because patients are people that receive medical treatment because they're sick. But your clients, because clients are somebody that is trusted, okay? Getting taken care of by a trusted advisor who wants what's best for them. So I get to know you intimately. I hold you accountable. And then we provide you with the individualized treatment plan, understanding clearly what your goals are. So I make you be the driver of your healthcare. And in the process, I coach you through all the things that you need. I give you all the tools and the tactics, but more importantly, I give you a strategic intervention to know exactly what you need. I meet you where you are, emotionally, mentally, physically, health wise, or otherwise. And then I modulate all the things, and I'm there 110% of the way. We provide you with the initial functional medical consultation with me, and then we have monthly follow-up visits to make sure you're in alignment. And then we offer you specialized lab testing if necessary. And then we have access to membership portal 24/7 with online training modules, so you can know what you have to do and really fully embody that every day. We have video lessons, downloads, and worksheets on all the mindset shifts that I need you to do. It's all the self-healing tools that you have to make sure that you shift your mindset and transform, right? To I want you to be, to do, right? And to feel. These are 3 things. And we have on-demand library of autoimmune movement classes. This means yoga poses, and then weekly live classes, weekly cooking classes with me, weekly mindset coaching with me, as well as accountability coaching calls with you on a weekly basis to make sure you're on target, so that we're coaching you through. We know all the things that's happening, right? We have all these things. We have supportive and knowledgeable Facebook community where, yes, we want to elevate the way you guys think. So we come together. I'm going live with all these things to be in your life for 6 months to make sure you stay the course. We have that private group available to you. live educational sessions with me, real-time interactive lessons based on your specific needs, support accountability and connection with other autoimmune health transformation clients, and alkaline method blueprint to transform your health goals and also your life so it overflows to everything else. An alkaline method detox protocol, complete with all the supplements and everything else you might need to prime your body for healing that is highly or anti-inflammatory, nutrition therapy and supplement prescription on an ongoing basis, tailored specific for your needs, full body approach comprised of nutrition, movement, and mindset coaching. All of this together, you guys, there is no failure in sight, right? You guys stay committed. We come at you from all different angles to make sure we establish homeostasis in your body like nobody's business. That's what it requires, you guys. You don't need pieces of the puzzle. You need all of it all at once, holding you accountable. But like I said, no matter what the tactics might be, it's the underlying shift that I need you to make to elevate yourself, elevate your thinking, truly feel empowered to really direct your healthcare system from within, and then truly be the embodiment of health and wellness in all that you do. I know you'll have lots of questions. Tomorrow's going to be an information packed session again. It's creating that inner healthcare system. We have so much more to cover, and you're going to learn more. If you take away nothing, you guys, you have enough to take you for 7 days. Keep staying the course. Stay connected with me. I know what you're going through. I know I can pull you out of this. If you commit to yourself, that means you stay wholeheartedly invested in your own health. Because you guys, alternative to that is scary. Like, let me tell you, you have no other alternative. So I don't know why you would choose that, right? So I want you to trust your body, trust yourself, reframe, re-identify, elevate, right? Get empowered, and let's embody health and wellness together. If you have any questions about the program, please, please, please schedule a consult, a free call to see if it's the right fit. Because honestly, I don't want the naysayers. I want to get your mind right. You're going to need the coaching. There's a lot of blind sides to this, right? You and I both know it's hard living with it, and coming through out of that takes a lot of emotional coaching, mental coaching, and a lot of individualized attachments or connections that we need with one another. I want to be there for you. And that's what I wish I had. I've gotten it from all the other different places. It's a way for me to combine all the things that's worked for me, that I've personally tried to know that it's effective. I want to get you cured. And if you would allow me, so please, 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 I ask away to the questions to my team. They will be reaching out. Check your private messages and get your call or get yourself on the call to see if it's the right program, because we want to know if this will truly help you. And because I have no doubt in my mind, I know that you have a lot of doubts in your mind. It's an investment in your health, right? Because I don't want you to think about it as a cost, like the dollars, right? It's going to be invaluable what you get. Think about your life free from all the turmoil of living with autoimmunity. Being hospitalized in one day, it's no fun. And I don't want you to live your life that way, right? So I want you to trust me, but more importantly, trust yourself. Be committed to your own wellness and have self-integrity to follow through with doing the things you need to do so that you can be as healthy as possible in all that you do, and show up and elevate your thinking, get empowered, and so that you can embody true health and wellness. Thank you so much for your time. It means everything to me. Comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any questions, I want to address it. And really, is it Tessie? I'm gonna kind of see I'm gonna tells. I want to be praying for you. We're gonna pray for you as a group. And I know you're going to make it through. Just stay strong for me. You're going to get through. I so know what you're thinking. I so know what you're feeling. Just know that we're rooting for you from here. You will get through, and we wish you the best. Please stay connected with us and let us know how you're doing. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys all at the same time tomorrow. Ask questions, reach out to your advisors, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow sharp at 11 o'clock. Thank you so much. Bye.